little item there. Look at that. Little button that just sticks there and don't fall off.
Mayberry is universal in the lives of a lot of people. I think that was its appeal.
I don't know how many years it ran, but it seemed like I grew up with it.
I love Andy and I love Barney. I loved Floyd the Barber.
We got to nip it! Nip it in the bud! Nip it! Let's hear it! Nip it!
Nobody ever made me laugh, ever, like Don Knotts.
I remember wanting a piece of Aunt Bee's pie so bad, always.
Banana cream chocolate pie, zucchini casserole, chicken paprikash.
I think my favorite part of the show was the relationship that Andy had with Opie, the father-son relationship, because it always showed how a father could be a leader, show guidance, and also be a friend to his son.
That tune and those two happy people strolling along, it's a rural Eden.
The Andy Griffith Show reunion is hosted by the star of the series, Andy Griffith. Andy's special guest stars are Don Knotts, Ron Howard, Jim Neighbors, George Lindsay, and Jack Dodson. Ladies and gentlemen, our host, Andy Griffith.
Here we are, over 30 years later, back in Mayberry, North Carolina. Now, you won't find Mayberry on any map of North or South Carolina, because Mayberry was a mythical town, kind of state of mind. Over the years, a lot of people have come to believe that Mayberry is based on my hometown, and it's not, because real towns have real problems that have to be dealt with. All of Mayberry's problems were solved in half an hour. It was a place full of joy, sometimes a lot of laughs, and always a lot of love. The show started on February 15th, 1960, on Danny Thomas's television series. I played Sheriff Andy Taylor and cited Danny for a moving violation. The show went on the air. I got a phone call, an important phone call. It changed the shape, form, and destiny of our show. It was from an old friend of mine who said, "Don't you need a deputy?" A good idea, very good idea.
You see, Andy, I want the folks in this town to realize that you picked me to be your deputy because you looked over all the candidates for the job, and you judged their qualifications and their character and their ability, and you come to the fair, the just, and the honest conclusion that I was the best suited for the job. And I want to thank you, Cousin Andy.
Well, I'll take care of it right away. Yes, ma'am. Bye. Miss Peterson's Fluffy's on the roof again.
This is a time for pussycats with a killer on the loose.
Well, Fluffy's got kittens, and you know how you feel seeing your mother on the roof.
You can bet on it, Andy. There's a bank robber stalking our streets. It's stakeout time.
Leave the rifle alone.
Oh, now I can't even drive a car. Is that it? You're afraid to ride with me. Is that it?
Forget I mentioned it.
Just in case you're worried, I won't make a move without you. Is everything clear?
Looks all clear to me.
Okay to go?
Give her the gun.
Fine. Andy!
How'd you do it, Barney? How'd you nail him? Did he rush you? Well, say something.
Well, what's the matter, Barney?
I swallowed my gum. You ready? Let her rip.
May I introduce the finest comedy actor that I have ever known, and winner of 5 Emmys for his role as Barney Fife, my longtime friend and former deputy sheriff, Mr. Don Knotts.
Yes?
Yes, that's his real first name.
Yeah, that's right. And ever since Andy found out I didn't like that name, he's been calling me that.
Yeah. People used to think that we just showed up and did all that funny stuff off the top of our head.
Not likely, huh? 10, 12-hour days, more like it.
Yeah.
And Barney ran around the whole day talking his head off, and Andy just sat there and grinned.
You remember the pickle story?
I sure do. Yeah. One of my favorites.
Mine's
11 minutes, that's not bad. We're on schedule.
Yeah, only one thing left to do now. We got to get rid of Aunt Bee's pickles.
Yeah.
And we got to get rid of them in such a way that she'll never detect a sign-off.
Okay, you can trust me. The job will be done right.
I hope you better get on upstairs. Aunt Bee'll be back any second now.
Okay, Paul.
You know, I'd say this whole thing's come off pretty smooth.
I'd say so. Hey, wait. You better go out this way so we be sure not to run into Aunt Bee.
Hello.
Hi, Aunt Bee.
I came to the back. I had to get some things off the clothesline. Barney? You going someplace?
Huh?
Your suitcase.
The suitcase?
Oh, Barney's going on a trip, ain't you, Barney?
Trip. Yeah. That's right. I'm going on a trip. That's right. I'm going to visit my cousin. I'll be back tomorrow, though. I would have brought my own suitcase, but it's in the cleaner.
Yeah, have a good time. Bye, Barney.
Yeah, you don't know him, and he don't have a phone, so there's no use trying to call him up to check on it. My cousin, the one I'm visiting.
Why should I do that? Opie's in bed, I suppose.
Yes, ma'am. Opie's in bed. Bye, Barney.
I just decided to go at the last minute, so I just pickled a few things to take with me.
Well, that sounds like a good idea.
Well, I'll be going now. Shaving lotion. I shave a lot when I travel, so I brought some lotion with me. That's perfectly natural. Everybody shaves. Men, that is. And I'm a man. So there's really nothing to be suspicious about. And if I was you, I'd just forget the whole thing.
Well, Barney, have a nice trip. I'll see you when you get back.
This cousin of mine, see, he lives way out.
Just go. Yeah, now get rid of the you-know-what.
Yeah. Bye, Auntie. I'm leaving on my trip to my cousin's
One thing people remember about Barney, he was only allowed to have one bullet.
Yeah, and I had to keep that one in my pocket. You know, over the years, everyone I run into seems to want to give me a bullet. I bet I've got 1,000 of them.
Your sidearm, please.
Sir?
Your pistol. It is a pistol?
Oh, yes, sir.
There aren't any bullets in this gun.
Oh, well, Barney keeps his bullet in his pocket.
In his pocket?
Mm-hmm.
Well, why don't you put it in the pistol where it belongs?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Case,
Inside, Deputy, I'm going to break that leg. No, you ain't. You say? No, you ain't. Now, you drop that rock and you get over here. No, I wouldn't go anywhere without the old Roscoe. Don't persuade her. Blue Steel baby.
And take that gun out of your mind.
Is that a pretty good camera?
Yeah, why?
Well, it's just that my fast draw has never been successfully photographed. All they've been able to get so far is a sort of a blur.
Here, let me help you.
Now, cut that out. I'm going to arrest you. Hey, anyway, I'll give you a minute. Wait a minute. Hold it.
Asa, let me show you what a bullet ought to look like. Now, there's bullet maintenance.
Oh, Barney, that's beautiful. I've heard about your bullet, Barney. Beautiful.
We'll be ready for him.
Andy will be right back with Ron Howard and some rare home movies.
Communication is not crucial to our business. It is our business.
I have a pet peeve about people who don't return phone calls. So if you don't hear from me, you can rest assured I'm probably dead.
Century 21, rated best at selling homes.
Why are no yolks noodles lighter and fluffier than regular egg noodles? We take out the yolks and cholesterol and then add extra egg whites. But how do we get those special eggs? No yolks. We don't have what you don't want.
If you suffer from the common aches and pains of arthritis, doctors know that a safe and effective way to relieve them is something you may already have in your home. Extra strength Tylenol gel caps. Tylenol helps relieve arthritis pain without irritating your stomach, the way aspirin or even ibuprofen can. What should you take for your arthritis pain? Talk to your doctor. The answer may be closer than you think. Tylenol, the pain reliever hospitals use most.
No, Hoover, not in your mouth. Hoover.
Hang up and try your call again.
Hoover, is there anything you won't put in your mouth? Here, have a potato chip instead.
Tired of those burnt, spotted, ordinary chips? Now that Lay's has created a chip so perfectly golden, nothing less will do. Today's Lay's. One taste and you'll cash in your old chips.
Well, I get my fishing gear right here at Walmart.
Oh, yeah, he comes in here once a week or so.
Old Ken works here. He's a young buck, but he knows his lure.
He's a character, a retired Navy guy. He loves to fish. The more he loves to talk fishing.
Of course, he does ask my advice on occasion.
He does have an opinion.
And I give it to him freely.
I get it whether I ask for it or not.
I'm going to take that boy fishing with me one of these days.
You tell him I'm ready.
Tomorrow morning, 4 a.m.
Tomorrow? No, I think I have to work.
Our first show was called The New Housekeeper, and it was about Aunt Bee coming to live with us. Aunt Bee was played by a wonderful actress, Frances Bavier. She's gone now. But Aunt Bee was a perfect homemaker, gardener, cook. She was the matriarch of our family. In that first show, she established a relationship with Opie so warm and so caring that it became one of the foundations of our series.
I wish you wouldn't leave, Aunt Bee.
Ron Howard. We used to call him Ronnie. He was 6 years old when we started the show, and he didn't know how to read yet. His father and mother would teach him his lines. By the time the show was finished, 8 years later, of course, he could read and write, and he had turned into a fine actor. But as you can see from this little sketch, Ronnie was pretty good right from the start.
Well, if it ain't Charlie Moneybags, the big philanthropist. How do you do?
What you talking about, Pa?
I'm talking about the underprivileged children's drive.
Oh, they collected for that at school, Pa.
Oh, I know they did. Oh, I know they did. And when they called your name, you gave the large, generous amount of 3 cents.
My, that is big of you, Diamond Jim.
Did I give him too much, Pa?
Too much?
I could ask him to give back 2 cents.
Look here. We better talk about this thing. Now, look here, Opie. You can't give a little bitty piddling amount like 3 cents to a worthy cause like the underprivileged children's drive. I was reading here just the other day where there's somewhere like 400 needy boys in this county alone, or 1.5 boys per square mile.
There is?
It sure is.
I never seen one, Pa.
Never seen one what?
A half a boy.
Well, it's not really a half a boy. It's a ratio.
Horatio who?
Not Horatio, a ratio. It's mathematics, arithmetic. Look now, Opie, just forget that part of it. Forget the part about the half boy.
It's pretty hard to forget a thing like that, Pa.
Well, try.
Poor Horatio.
Now, look, Horatio is not the only needy boy. Son, didn't you ever give anybody anything just for the pleasure of it? Something you didn't want anything in return for?
Sure, just yesterday I gave my friend Jimmy something.
Now, that's fine. What'd you give him?
A sock in the head.
I meant charity.
I didn't charge him nothing.
I meant something for the joy of giving.
I enjoyed it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ron Howard. Pretty good sketch, huh?
Well, it was pretty well written, and it's pretty truthful. I mean, as a dad myself now, I can relate to Andy in that situation.
That's a sketch that you could get in a lot of trouble. You could fall on your face with that. I mean, it's a sketch the father. I was the straight man. You were the kid with all the comedy lines.
Well, it was a little unusual, though, for our show.
Yeah, though we went many different ways. I used to watch you and your father, and the fine, caring relationship that you had and still do. And we would borrow some of that for our show.
Well, I remember him always wanting, wishing that Opie wouldn't be the sort of typical kind of wisecracking kid on a TV show, but would have real respect for his father. Maybe he just didn't want me getting into bad habits on the show that he wouldn't be able to handle at home. I don't know.
Was it your mother that took some home movies?
They both would bring the camera in once in a while, and those are precious home movies to me.
Yeah.
Oh, there we are, joking around. Probably making fun of my mom. She was always carrying that camera around. But I'm glad now she did. There's Jim. Oh, well, see, I just loved going on location because that whole place would become like a playground. Most of the time we filmed on a stage, but the days when we got to go out was always something that I looked forward to. I'd get to ride my skateboard around. There I am playing with a yo-yo. I'd get to ride my bike all over the place and visit some of the other sets. The real McCoy's house was not far from here. Some of the sets from Gone with the Wind were still standing. In between times, I'd get to fool around, practice playing a little baseball. It really was kind of like living in a small town and having the run of that town.
That's wonderful footage to have.
Oh, it sure is.
Yeah.
Well, we had a lot of fun behind the scenes making the show, and well, you know what? You and Don were always funny. Just even in the wardrobe or in makeup.
Mostly Don.
Well, you just start making up these bits, and then you'd hone in on them. Once in a while, they'd show up on the show. Remember the memory bit? Oh, that's a great one.
There's things right there in that book that I learned that I still remember to this day.
Oh, come on.
To this day. It's amazing how that stuff stays with you. Once you learn something, it never leaves you. It stays locked up tight right in the old noodle.
Does, huh?
Sure. Here, let me show you. Constitution of the United States. Now, we had to memorize the preamble of that. I still remember it.
You do?
Yeah. Here, I'll show you. Hold the book on me.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Constitution of the United States. Well, just give me the first word and then I know the rest.
Okay, we.
We.
We? We.
Are you sure?
I'm looking right at it.
Oh, we. We.
The.
We the. We the People. 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 We the people of the
United.
We the people of the United flag. Breathe. Wind. Wave. Star. States. We the people of the United States.
In order
In order
to form a more perfect
to form a more perfect you. Union. In order to form a more perfect union. Establish. Establish justice.
Ensure domestic tranquility. Provide for the common defense. Promote the general welfare. And secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity to ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. You want to run through that again, or do you think you got it?
I got it.
In a moment, Andy will be joined by Jim Neighbors and George Lindsay.
Okay, kitty cats. Read my beak. No more birds. For dinner, I mean. Instead, try new recipe Whiskas. It's made with fresh meat, which I know you savages prefer. And it's a heck of a lot more nutritious than a teeny little guy like myself.
Cats love the fresh meat taste of new recipe Whiskas. Cats would buy Whiskas.
Remember, love thy neighbors. Don't eat them. Still going. Nothing outlasts the Energizer battery. It keeps going and going.
Crunchy cookie bits and minty milk chocolate. The coolest Hershey bars so far.
2 high nutrition cereals.
Kellogg's Just Right, total.
So what makes one top the other?
Kellogg's Just Right has 100% of 12 vitamins and minerals.
So do we.
Kellogg's Just Right also has 4 hearty grains, sweet dates, crunchy almonds, juicy raisins.
Well, Total has none of those things.
So it's no surprise 4 out of 5 people prefer our taste.
You ever feel like just disappearing?
Thought you'd never ask.
Kellogg's Just Right. The taste makes it just better.
One taste of the Ocean Spray Cranberry and people will say just about anything.
Sweet tarts. Sweet tarts. Wow. Sweet tart.
The sweet tart taste of Ocean Spray Cran drinks. It's amazing what a little cran can do. And now, there's a little cran for people on the go. Ocean Spray Singles.
An off-duty cop out with his family comes face-to-face with a killer.
I only had one bullet left, but I had to follow him inside to prevent a hostage situation.
Top Cops, Thursday.
She was Alex Haley's grandmother, his inspiration, and her story is his final legacy. Alex Haley's Queen begins Sunday.
If fear has caused you to avoid someone because they have AIDS, it's not too late to change. Your love and support may be just the medicine they need.
I remember talking to a storekeeper one time, and he told me that this salesman had come by his place. He's all tired and he's harried. Said the fella sat down and said, "Boy, wish I could go to Mayberry." And that was the feeling that Mayberry conjured up. It was quiet, peaceful, funny, and had been completely bypassed by the reality and difficulty of the outside world.
The last big buy I made was my mom's and dad's anniversary present.
Where'd you get them?
Septic tank.
For the anniversary?
Yeah. Well, they're really hard to buy for. Besides, it was something they could use. Really thrilled. 2 tons of concrete, all steel reinforced.
You're a fine son, Mark.
Try.
I just looked at the thermometer over the door. You know what it is?
92?
92. Looks like an oven inside. Hot? Oh, it is hot.
Well, as Mark Twain said, everybody complains about the weather, but nobody does anything about it.
He say that?
Mm-hmm.
I thought Calvin Coolidge said that.
No, Floyd. Calvin Coolidge didn't say that.
What'd Calvin Coolidge say?
I don't know.
You sure Mark Twain didn't get that from Calvin Coolidge?
No, Floyd. Mark Twain lived before Calvin Coolidge.
Oh, he couldn't have got it from no.
You know what I think I'm gonna do?
What?
I'm gonna go home, have me a little nap, and go over to Thelma Lou's and watch a little TV. Yeah, I believe that's what I'll do. Go home, have a nap, then over to Thelma Lou's for TV. Yeah, that's the plan. Start at home, for a nap.
For the love of Mike, do it, do it. Just do it. Go take a nap. Go to Thelma Lou's for TV. Just do it.
What's the hurry?
I'll see you, Ange.
You know, you never know when something good's going to come your way. I got forced into going to a nightclub one time out in California to see this fella work. I didn't want to go, but there I was in the audience, and he was working. And me and the rest of that audience were going crazy. I saw him out on the sidewalk afterwards, and I said, I don't know what you do, but whatever it is, you do it very well. And a little later, a part came up on our show, and he read for it, and I'd like you to meet Mayberry's finest gas station attendant, Gomer Pyle, Mr. Jim Nabors.
Hey, Andy.
You were good and you are good.
Oh, thanks. You know, I really enjoyed playing Gomer because he was a real naive character, as Don used to say, naive. But
yeah.
Very first episode that I did was Man in a Hurry, which always meant a lot to me because I had never acted before. And when I first read for the part, they thought my accent was a little exaggerated, I remember. And you said, well, heck, said Aaron, says, a lot of old boys down home talk like that. But I always enjoyed doing that, really did.
No, we got to get some guy that's not been around too much. You know, really naive. Some guy with not too much upstairs.
Yeah.
In other words, a real dope.
Hey, Andy. Hey, Barney.
Say you ain't had any luck finding a job, huh?
No, but I'm going over to market now. They're advertising for an experienced butcher.
You know anything about cutting meat?
You think they'll ask me that?
Stop, Barney, stop. This is the riot. This is the riot. This is the riot. This is the riot. This is the riot.
What are you yelling about?
Like you said, you broke the law by making an illegal U-turn, and I hereby, as a citizen of the town of Mayberry and the United States of America, arrest you.
Hooray! Now, just a minute. What are you talking about?
You made a mistake, Deputy. Now write yourself out a ticket.
That's right. You've got to be kidding.
You hear that, folks? There are two sets of laws. One for the police and one for the ordinary citizen.
And that's how come the bucket.
Uh-huh. Sergeant said I wasn't thinking, so he clamped this thing on my head and said it'd help me to think. And you know something? He's right. I've been sitting there with this bucket on my head and just thinking and thinking and thinking.
What were you thinking about, Gomer?
How easy it is to think under there. You gonna try?
No, thanks.
Go on, put it on and take a think under there.
I did take a think under there. Talking about Gomer being Mayberry's finest gas station attendant. Say hello to Mayberry's other finest gas station attendant, Goober Pyle, George Menzies.
Hey, Andy. Hey, Goober. Well, I tell you, I had a hard time playing Goober after Jim played Gomer so well, and I finally got it when I realized that Goober had the potential to be almost nearly smart. And he likes salt.
You like salt?
Yeah. I came to you the first week I was on the show, and I said, tell me about Goober, you know, characterization. You said, well, he's the kind of guy that would go into a restaurant and say, hey, this is great salt. That don't take much, does it?
But he was very talented.
Oh, yeah.
Say hey to my cousin Goober.
Hey, Goober.
Hey, Andy.
We was gonna go to the picture show and thought maybe you might like to go too.
I can't, Gomer. I got to work.
It's a Cary Grant movie.
I know.
Goober never does miss a Cary Grant movie. Did you ever hear him take off on Cary Grant?
No, Gomer.
Goober, do Cary Grant for Andy.
Oh.
Come on, he ain't never heard you.
Oh, Gomer.
Come on, do it, you do it.
Listen, Gomer, if he don't want to.
I'll do it.
Attaboy. Wait a minute, Andy. Close your eyes.
What?
Close your eyes. Listen to this. He's gonna take off on Cary Grant. Go, Goob. Judy, 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 Judy. Couldn't you just swear Cary Grant was right here in this room? Judy, 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 Judy. Oh, God, how you can do that?
Yeah, listen, Gomer.
You know who else he can do?
No.
Edward G. Robinson. Do Edward G. Robinson for him, Goober. Listen to this, Andy.
Do I have to close my eyes?
No, keep them open. Go on, Goob. Edward G. Robinson.
Okay, you guys. Come on, you guys. All right, you guys. Beat it, you guys.
See why I didn't want you to close your eyes? He looks just like Edward G. Robinson. Don't he look just like him?
Yeah, he looks a lot like Edward G. Robinson.
Ain't he got talent? Goober, you really got talent.
Yeah, Goober, you really got talent. Listen, Goober.
I have a hard time keeping up with all these talented individuals. Goober could take a car apart
and put it back together.
And Gomer was a dancing fool. He could jitterbug all night long.
And Barney could sing like an angel.
Welcome, sweet springtime, we greet thee in song.
No. Folks, I definitely heard it this time. Someone is definitely singing off key. Now let's just watch it, shall we? Hazel?
Excuse me. What? Maybe I can help you out. I'll sort of move around, see if I can spot who it is.
Very good, Barney. Hazel?
Welcome, sweet springtime, we greet thee in song. Feathers of gladness fall on the ear. Voices long hushed, now their full notes prolong, echoing far and near.
I think you cut out a little too soon. I didn't have a chance to spot who it was. Keep it going.
Believe me now, tomorrow night, when this microphone's hot and the amplifiers are amplified and the acoustics and all, well, I tell you what, you just keep singing softer and softer, and when you got it about right, I'll tell you.
Balmy and life breathe. Balmy and life.
That's it. That's it. You got it.
Coming up, the episode almost everyone agrees is the best Andy Griffith Show.
Anybody home?
Morning, John. Happy Valentine's Day.
Valentine's, that's for kids.
Yeah, when I was young, I got lots of Valentines.
Really?
Had boys lined up at my door.
Guess the rain's keeping them all away, huh?
Guess so.
Gotta go. See ya.
No matter what you want to say, Hallmark has a card that says it just right.
Every once in a while, even good friends need to hear how special they are. It's nice to know there's a cop around when you need one.
Mrs. Butterworth, you're the slowest person I ever met.
Well, Timothy, maybe that's because my original syrup is so deliciously thick and rich. It takes more time to pour than maple syrup. See?
Please hurry, Mrs. Butterworth. I can't wait.
What did I tell you? My thick and rich syrup does take a little more time, doesn't it?
Sure does, Mrs. Butterworth, but you're really worth it.
And don't forget my light syrup.
The Andy Griffith Show reunion will continue.
In the heat of the night,
What do you think I'm gonna do, kill you?
an idle threat implicates an innocent man in a murder.
You never know what a hothead's gonna do.
All new Heat next.
Friday, uncover the naked truth of Julia's past on an all-new Designing Women. Then, 40 years ago, he blacklisted Bob. Now, Bob's striking back.
Can I help you?
You want us to hold him down for you, Bob?
And it's a Valentine surprise.
Cupid shot Jimmy?
That could only happen behind picket fences. All new Friday.
This is CBS.
McDonald's asks, what is value? For only $2.69, you can get an extra value meal at participating McDonald's. Enjoy our delicious Big Mac sandwich, our favorite quarter pounder with cheese, a great McChicken sandwich, or zesty McRib sandwich meals. Each extra value meal comes with a 16-ounce soft drink and a box of McDonald's famous golden French fries. That's a lot of meal for a small price, and that's extra value for you. Only at McDonald's.
On News Channel 10 tonight at 10.
The capital murder trial of Kenneth Allen McDuff brings a key witness to the stand.
We'll have the latest from Houston, plus more from the Fort Hood soldiers training in Exercise Mojave's strike.
And our special series on retirement planning continues.
And so I ended up being stuck with Social Security only.
We'll hear from seniors who are going back to work to make ends meet.
Don't miss.
News Channel 10 tonight. More showers and a possible thunderstorm tonight. Lows in the 40s.
Howard McNear never said his lines the same way twice. He made the character of Floyd Lawson, Mayberry's barber, so real that sometimes I'd have to catch myself, because if I hadn't, I would have just stopped to watch him work. He was a wonderful man and a very funny man, and we all miss him.
A man doesn't become a barber overnight. It's work, training, work.
I'm sure it is. I'm sorry.
You just can't walk in off the street and be a barber.
No, I'm sorry.
It's okay. And beside that, you have to have a license.
Floyd's been barbering folks around here since most of us was just young'uns.
Really?
Yeah.
I always did want to be a barber. Even when I was a little tiny kid, I used to practice on cats. Cats? Yeah, I'd catch them in the alley, then I'd clip them and everything. Oh? We had the baldest cats in the county.
Boy, oh boy. Just once, I'd like to have them sideburns come out even.
What are you talking about? Wait a minute. Now look at that. 1 inch from the lobe.
What's the matter with you? One of them sideburns is short.
Well, maybe that's because one of your lobes is longer than the other. There we go, Sheriff.
Lord.
Oh, what's the matter?
My sideburn.
Sideburn? What's the matter with sideburn?
Why, they're both even.
They're both even. Well, what a minute. Well, I'll be dogged. How'd that happen? Love just happens. Two people just fall together.
What do you know about love?
What do I know? You can't cut hair for 30 years without learning something.
The Darling clan. They were a wild bunch of mountain folk who lived in the hills outside Mayberry.
Pass the bread to the boys.
Okay, Pa.
Okay, have some pickles. Thank you. They've also got a little tomato here. Oh, a little salt here. Bread!
What happened?
Mr. Darling put in a request for additional bread, ain't we?
Oh, didn't I yell loud enough?
Oh, you must be big eaters.
Oh, we're no, there's a family of hearty-eating men and beautiful, delicate women.
Come on.
Charlene, I'm old enough to be your father.
He's sure been beautiful preserved. All I want to do is hold you just once to my arms.
I couldn't do that.
I will tell your aunt.
Charlene, you owe something to that boy that's been in the service for 3 years.
Send him a fruitcake. Huggy, huggy.
No.
Yeah, mind if I play along with you?
I didn't know you was crying.
A little. What kid?
Just jump in where you can and hang on. Come on, come on, shoot.
Loved the sound of music almost as much as Ernest T. Bass loved the sound of breaking glass.
You know who's back in town, don't you? What's that?
Ernest T. Bass, you come in here.
Howdy do to you and you. It's me, it's Ernest T.
All that ride, jump in the fire, fire too high, jump in the pot, pot too black, jump in the crack, crack too high, jump in the sky too blue, jump in canoe, canoe too shallow, jump in the tallow, tallow too soft, jump in the loft, loft too rotten, jump in the cotton, cotton so white she stayed there all night.
Well, Mr. Bass, you have all of your teeth. Where were you planning to put the gold one?
Oh, right here in front, see these three here? I was gonna knock them out, put the gold one right in the center, leaving space on each side. That'd stand out better that way.
Especially when I'm dancing.
Howie Mars.
Funny.
Yeah. I think that might have been his favorite character.
He directed some of the shows later, too.
A lot of them. He's a good director. And that's, again, where Mayberry actually came from. Mayberry came from the imaginations of a lot of very inventive people, writers, directors, you, your father, your mother.
Well, I remember wanting to be a part of that, you know, and I once in a while, even as a little kid, I was 6 in the first season when we were doing the show, I'd throw out an idea every once in a while and it would sort of get dismissed, and I'd notice that they weren't taking my idea, you know, and I actually remember the first time that an idea got accepted. It was in our 2nd season, and we were doing a scene in the jail, and I was supposed to make an entrance and say something, and I remember stopping and saying, you know, I don't think a kid would say that line that way. And Bob Sweeney kind of looked at me. He was directing that episode and said, well, how would a kid say it? And I tried it another way, and he said, okay, well, do it that way. And started to rehearse the scene again, and I was just kind of standing there grinning. And you said, Ronnie, what's the matter? And I said, well, that's the first idea of mine that anybody ever accepted. And you said, well, that's the first idea that was any darn good. Now let's do the scene. Well, you created an environment, you know, as the head of the show, an environment that really encouraged people to bring their ideas with them to work, you know, and boy, when somebody would come up with a good idea, you'd laugh so hard you'd be crying. I mean, it was a very collaborative place.
It wasn't only me. It was Sheldon Leonard who created our show, and Aaron Rubin who produced it.
The tolerance, the patience, the common sense, all of those qualities were the qualities that make for a perfect father. Just as Opie ultimately made for the perfect son. And the relationship between father and son was the most important ingredient in the show for me.
When people say, what's your favorite show? You know, I did 150 myself. 5 years. We did 30 in those days, 30 a season. And one I remember in particular was one in which Opie accidentally kills a bird, a mother bird, with his slingshot. It was a wonderful study in how a father will deal with a kid who's done something, even though it was accidental.
Go ahead, bird. Fly away. Fly away. Please fly away.
You remember me telling you to be careful with this thing?
You gonna give me a whipping?
No. I'm not going to give you a whip. Do you hear that? That's those young birds chirping for their mama that's never coming back. Now, you just listen to that for a while.
Morning, son.
Morning, Pa.
What you doing?
Fixing some breakfast.
Oh? What sort of things you fixing?
Bugs and worms and things.
Oh, bugs and worms and things, huh? Sounds like another recipe out of the newspaper.
No, it's for the little birds. I got to thinking last night that since their ma ain't coming back, and since it's my fault, and since just being sorry won't help, I'm gonna take over and feed them.
Well, you are.
Breakfast, everybody.
I can't come in right now, A.P. I just can't.
Come in as quick as you can.
Okay.
Why is Opie acting so strange?
Well, the boy's facing up to some awful unusual problems. Fact is, Hope has just become a mother.
I hope I did all the right things. I hope you can fly away. Please fly away. Please? He made it, Pa. He's okay. That was nice.
You got 2 to go now.
Go on, Lincoln. Do like your brother. Fly. Please fly. Go on, Lincoln. Follow him. Hurry. They're okay, Pa. They all flew off okay. Guess I did a good job, huh, Pa?
You sure did, son.
Cage sure looks awful empty, don't it, Pa?
Yes, son, it sure does. But don't the trees seem nice and full?
Still to come, a roll call of the show's most memorable characters.
The night wraps its naked arms around the earth. Mothers whisper to their children, hush-a-bye. Crickets chirp for quiet in the wood, as if the quiet will do them good. This is the night of a million dreams, as planets spin around our heads. What better place to be in a night like this, safely tucked into our beds? Serta, we make the world's best mattress.
Simpson, do I smell waffles?
Delicious waffles, Jenkins.
I guess some of us care about our bodies and some don't.
Jenkins, I'm hurt. These are Eggo Nutri-Grain waffles made with nutritious whole grain.
Nutritious? You?
Absolutely. And no cholesterol, no sugar added, no preservatives.
I'm impressed. Do they taste as good as they smell?
There's only one way to find out.
If you insist.
Hey, let go of my Eggo.
Taste the wholesome goodness of Nutri-Grain waffles from Eggo.
What a day.
I'd been in the hospital for tests since 9 a.m. It felt like my doctor ordered every one in the book. But the worst part was the waiting. It's no wonder I got a pounding headache. So I asked my doctor for something. With all the pain relievers they have, they use what I use, Tylenol. The test turned out okay. Tylenol helped me through the day.
Tylenol, the pain reliever hospitals use most.
Which contact lens would you rather wear? One that's new once a year or one that's new every 2 weeks? Introducing SureView from Johnson & Johnson. The easy care daily wear lens you replace every 2 weeks. Imagine fresh, clean lenses every 2 weeks. No long-term buildup that can irritate your eyes. And a year only costs about what you pay now. Isn't it time you changed your lenses? SureView. Ask your eye care professional about a free trial pair.
The rumors are flying. Prophecies of the conclusion. And the time has come to prepare for the cliffhanger that's the beginning of the end. Farewell, My Lovely, a special 2-hour Knots Landing Thursday.
For 500 unforgettable miles, live from the world center of speed, the Daytona 500, sponsored by SDP, Sunday on CBS.
Mayberry was a town filled with wonderfully colorful characters. One of them was Howard Sprague, the county clerk, played by Jack Dodson.
Yeah, Howard was kind of strange, but once he cut those apron strings and got out from under his mother's thumb, joined the lodge, went fishing with the guys, he became a regular fella and sort of fit right in. Here are some of the other wonderful characters who lived in Mayberry. Anita Corso as Helen Crump. Betty Lynn as Thelma Lou. Hal Smith as Otis Campbell. Hope Summers as Clara Edwards. Dick Elliott as Mayor Pike. Clint Howard as Leon. Parley Bear as Mayor Roy Stone. Cheerio Meredith as Emma Watson. Jack Burns as Warren Ferguson. And Paul Hartman as Emmett Clark.
When we started making the old Griffith show, all we wanted to do was make it as good as possible. And I guess we must have done something right. The show has never been off the air for over 30 years. Again, you won't find our town of Mayberry on a map, but it has found a place in our hearts and minds and memories. You have made that so. And for that, I thank you.
In a moment, Andy will be joined by the cast to sing the Mayberry Union High School Anthem.
Earl, what is it?
A horrible nightmare!
Somebody call me?
We were all tiny and the cave kids were giants. They could make us move. And then a strange voice said...
Now, every McDonald's $1.99 hamburger Happy Meal comes with one of 6 Dynamotion-powered dinosaur toys like Earl and everybody's favorite...
Let me guess.
Baby. One with each $1.99 McDonald's Happy Meal you buy your kids.
What you want is what you get.
Then I heard music.
At McDonald's today.
There's a tropical island that's not on any map, though it's easy to find. It's warmed by the sun and caressed by the winds, with its own hidden treasures, local delicacies, and exotic festivals. But this island moves. It's a Carnival cruise ship. So if you go, get there on time and get out your Visa card, because the world's most popular cruise line doesn't stay in one place for long, and it doesn't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
We'll say goodnight, and this is the way we'd like to do it.
Mayberry Union High, victory is yours, well nigh. We'll hit the line for points every time. The orange and blue will try. And when the victory's won, you'll be our favorite son. Proud waves your banner in the sky. Mayberry Union High.
Transportation provided by U.S. Air with more than 2,700 flights a day throughout the United States, Canada, Europe, and the Caribbean. Everything we do, U.S. Air begins with you.
Sunday, experience a television event for our time and discover the roots of a new generation. Danny Glover and Halle Berry had an all-star cast in Alex Haley's Queen coming Sunday. Now get ready for an all-new In the Heat of the Night, next.
Viacom. Let's continue Saturday at 8 on 4.
This week on A Splendiferous First Word of 1993, our sofa is graced by Princess Zsa Zsa. We talk to Aussie hardman Russell Crowe and meet the woman who made love to the dead King of Rock. Also music from Sister Sledge and Sunscreen Plus.
Yo, this is Vice Q. You need to watch me on The Word.
The Word.
Starting now on 4, a series of classic collector's items from the 60s.